What's up? This your boy Xavie Shorts, and you're tuned in to Dominant Rolla TV.
Thought it was over. I'ma show you, I'm a dominant roller.
What's up? This Trial with Dominant Roller TV. We have Xavie Shorts, man. What's going on with you?
What's up? How y'all feeling?
Man, feeling good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Out here trying to promote and grinding.
Okay, man. What project you have coming up?
I have my new album coming out April the 20th. It's called Golden Days.
Okay.
R&B, hip hop type vibe.
Okay, man. So we heard just a few of your tracks not too long ago, man.
I had a single out now called Ain't No Friend.
Come on.
Ferocious. You know, y'all might want to check that out.
Okay.
So it's doing pretty good in the streets right now.
Cool. How can the people find your music?
You can go on YouTube everywhere. It's on Google Play, Apple Music, Spotify, whichever platform is your
Preferred platform?
Yeah.
I got you. Man, I was looking at your Instagram. It said something about Grammy. You
the Grammy Amplifier. It's like a site for the unsigned artists. You know, you go put your music on there, and they hold different contests, and I won 3 of their contests for Black.
3 of them.
Yeah. So it's Grammy Amplifier.
Okay. At first I was like, he won a Grammy.
I wish.
Hey, you never know. One day.
But you know, since it's affiliated with the Grammy, you know, why not put that to my name? You know.
Right.
Amplifier. So.
Okay. So like, tell me a little bit about the competition. Like, how did it go?
You submit your music through SoundCloud, and they post it on their page, and you have to get a certain amount of likes and stuff on their Grammy Amplifier page. Okay. And when you get a certain scores and stuff, it makes you a winner. So, and I've had 3 different competitions that I won with my song Blacklist.
Wow. So did you compete like against other R&B artists? Or, rappers?
But not nationally. It was other R&B from your area. But it wasn't that many people, because didn't that many people really knew about it. So.
Okay. So about how many people was in it?
I want to say at least about. I know I've seen like at least about. I think it was like at least about from 2,500.
2,500?
From the
You won out of 2,500 people?
Yeah.
That's big. That's like that's kind of like American Idol kind of. Well, not as big, but you know what I'm saying. That's a big number for a small region. You know what I mean?
So. That's
pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
So like, tell me, I seen a performance that you did on Instagram. You were outside. What was that performance? You were outside. You were singing live.
That was at the Mardi Gras Fest downtown in Baton Rouge.
Okay, was that this year?
That was this year. I do it every year. I've been doing it for the last 3 years.
Okay.
They have the Mardi Gras Fest every year, and they ask me to perform. So
that's what's up.
Perform, trying to just get my name out there.
Hey man, your name's definitely ringing. I know you said you did like what, 3 interviews? This is your 3rd interview?
This is my 3rd interview. Trying to get more exposure with my new album.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Okay. So like, tell me, like, what's your plans? What's your future plans, like, with the music?
Is always my passion. It's a lot of stuff I want to do. I want to, outside of music, I want to really try to get my name out there more with the music. I really want to extend. I think I'm a good songwriter. I want to write for other artists. I want to write for films. I want to do a lot of stuff, and not just outside of music. I want to write, because I've been writing scripts like for to try to put a movie out. Yeah. To write scripts for plays, and my dream is like to write for a Broadway production.
Really? Yeah. So you like Broadway?
I like Broadway. I've always wanted to do that, and I've always wanted to sing. I always wanted to write. I want to do it all. Okay.
So. Have you heard of I was just watching something. It was like a behind the scenes of it's called Jesus. What is it called? Jesus Superstar or something like that.
Never heard about it. I need to check it out.
Yeah, it's like big. It's big, and it's like on a Broadway tip, and they got John Legend playing Jesus.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. I'm for real.
I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm gonna check that out, because I like stuff like this. Stuff like that is like it influenced me to, you know, and see, can I get on there?
Yeah, it's like a big production. They was like just talking about like the guy. I think he's like from Britain or something. He had like a British type accent, and they started from the ground up. He was young, and the way he did it, it was tight. I liked it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think it's called Jesus Superstar. Something like that. If you put it together on Google, you know, Google gonna figure the rest out.
They're gonna tell you.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out though.
Okay.
Check it out.
So like, what genre of music would you say that you do?
I've done it all. You know what? I consider myself as more like a urban. I don't say R&B, urban type artist, because it's like I do blues, Southern soul. I do pop, I do R&B, I'm even working on some gospel, so
come on.
You know, so I do it all. Pretty much like a urban type soul single, you could say.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. The Southern Soul market is really taking off.
It is, but you know, it's. I feel like, you know, I just want to put my finger everywhere. Whatever market that takes off for me, you know.
So you pretty out the box.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put myself just in one box. You know, I want to even do dance type music, like techno type music.
Yeah.
You know, just whatever, you know. You never know what might take off for you.
Yeah.
You know, so you can't put all your eggs in one basket.
Okay. So like, how do you feel about the not the diversity, but like how you feel about, like you say you got gospel and then you have like soul and pop and everything. Like how do you think like say if the gospel take off, how you think the gospel people or the listeners gonna perceive it? Like, do you think about that type?
Especially I got explicit music, so
yeah. Like what if that take off for you? Like how you think that's gonna be for you?
Well, that's a good question. I think that with that, I started out singing gospel in the church, so
okay.
With that, you know, I can't say I'm gonna stop singing R&B because, you know, who knows? Gospel might not, that genre might not last forever for me. But you know, I think I'm just gonna still try to maneuver it out. You know, you got to know where you at the time. Like if I'm doing gospel, you're gonna keep it gospel. If I'm doing R&B, you're doing R&B at the time. You know, it's like, so I think that you can balance all of it. You know, I think in life is certain times you do certain things. So with the gospel, I think that, you know, when I'm doing that, you gotta keep it clean and keep it like that.
Right.
Nobody's perfect. We all sinners.
There you go. Okay.
You know, so if God leads me in that direction to do that at that time, you know, I'm gonna do that. So, you know, I'm not gonna say like, oh, I'm gonna stop singing R&B, stop singing blues and stuff like that. When nationality, I'm not.
Right.
So if God lead me in that direction to stop, then I'll stop. But I'm not gonna stop.
Okay.
You know.
So I know you say you want to do like writing for like plays and movies and things.
I do a lot of writing.
Okay. Okay. So do you do like any acting as well?
Acting. I've been taking classes and I do a little something. You know, just a little side stuff. I haven't done nothing major yet.
Okay.
But that's something I'm interested in.
Okay. We actually did a interview on the red carpet for the premiere of my side piece Hit the Lotto. And they had a lot of artists that, you know, that was acting. You know what I'm saying, in the movie. The movie came out really good.
That's naturally though for artists.
Why you say that?
Because if you sing, you know, when you sing you narrate, you really narrating what you singing or what you rapping about. Okay. You narrating that. So for an artist to come out and act, it's really pretty much like similarities because you acting instead of you just singing or rapping about what you wrote about, you acting what's on paper.
Yeah, so I can see natural. That because they in video they are acting. Right.
Yeah, so but come to think about it, I heard you say, I think you posted somewhere that you were writing a script or something like that.
Oh yeah, movie. Yeah. We're gonna be putting together a movie real soon.
Bro, keep me in mind.
We'll do. I'll see you in the comments. I'll see you in the comments. Okay. So you said it's natural for artists to actually act. You think all of them can act?
Not all of them.
Right. Okay.
Not all of them.
Right. I don't think so either.
Well, let me rephrase that. It should be natural.
Yeah.
It should be natural.
Okay. All right. So, like, do you play like any instruments? You look like you're probably musically inclined. As far as playing piano, maybe.
I can play the drums a little bit.
Okay.
And I'm somewhat. I don't know how to read music.
Okay.
And I'm somewhat by ear on the keyboard.
Some of the greatest took out by ear. Can't even read.
I found out there's a lot of people in the industry that's on mainstream platforms. They can't really read music. They play by ear.
Yeah. Okay. So man, like, tell me about your swag, man. You got the cheetah print.
You know what? I try to be a little different from everybody. You know, it's like.
I felt underdressed when you came, man.
Really?
Yeah, man. Like you swagged up. Like
I'm trying to be different. You know, it's well. You know, people like to want to do their style, and this is my style. It's like I'm different from the rest. You know, we all different. We got all a little different way, but I try to be a little different. You know, I try to look presentable, like when I'm going to events, and because sometimes I be like, damn, this what the hell this is. Yeah. But I want people to be like, well, what the hell that is you got on? Like I see a lot of people on my comments all the time. What that is you got on? What is that? Right. What is a good? What it is? What but you got to be yourself. You gotta be yourself. And when I first started doing music, people used to always tell me, you need to do this, you need to do that. You know, that's not gonna take off. But then again, if it's not me, I can't do it.
Okay.
So you gotta be yourself. So with that comes with the dressing. You know, if I see something that I like, I'm gonna wear it. No matter how nobody think or how nobody feel.
Right.
So you gotta be you.
So when you do music, you don't like cater it towards your audience. Like, okay, I think they may want to hear this or they may want to hear that.
Well, I do that, but you still got to stay authentic to yourself. You got to you got to sing from experiences first. You got to write from experience. You can write about stuff that you think people like too, but a lot of it got to come from your personal experience. Because how are you going to sing about something that you don't know what you're singing about? How are you going to write about something that you don't know what you're writing about?
Right, that's real.
So, you know, that's just me.
Okay. So, like, how did you get into music? Like, when you first, you know, picked up the pen and the pad and started singing?
Well, I've been writing since school days.
Like middle school, high school?
I was sitting up in high school in a history class.
All right.
Boring. History is not my favorite subject. I was sitting there just writing, and I just I just started writing lyrics, and I always said I wanted to be a writer. So I used to play around with it before that, but then again I wrote a full song.
Okay.
In history, so I started writing, but I never took it seriously. And I was singing in church and stuff, leading songs and stuff like that. But I never took it seriously, like I think until maybe my late 20s.
Okay. How old are you now?
32.
Okay.
32. I never took it serious. You know, everybody used to always say, well, you can sing good. Why are you want to try to be a, you know, I wanted to, and I just didn't have that confidence. So finally I said, man, you know, I'm going to try it. And if I fall, I just fall. Okay.
What brought on that confidence that you all of a sudden just gained out of nowhere?
I think it was my brother, my dad. I used to always, when I was little, I used to always say, I'm going to be a singer, I'm going to be a singer, I'm going to be a writer, I'm going to be famous and stuff like that. And I kept saying that even when I got out of school, I kept saying that in my early 20s, and I'm like, well, damn, when is it going to happen? When I'm going to, you know.
You realized you had to put the work in, huh?
Yeah, and then me and my baby brother had a conversation one day. He was like, well, I had got fired from my job. Okay. And I'm like, what the hell am I going to do? He said, well, now it's the time for you to start working on your music. And so I'm like, man, that's just realistic. That's not really, you know.
Wow.
So, and he was like, I'm telling you, you know, if you're going to do it, you better do it now because you're going to wish you would have gave it a shot. Right. And I'm like, ain't nobody going to want to listen to my music and stuff like that. Just didn't have the confidence. So every day he would be like, well, you gonna work on something today, you going to write? And I see you be writing, you done wrote all these songs, so you just write them just to keep them in the closet or something like that. Every day he used to like just say stuff like that. And I'm like, you know what? One day I said, you know what? I'm ready. So I went to the studio. Come on. And I'm gonna say this. It's like recording, you can sing real well, but recording is a whole different thing from actually singing. You got to know how to record, and man, I sounded garbage at first. No, man. Are you serious? Like, so I thought about getting up then. It was like, I had to learn how to record though. Yeah. So you had to learn like the recording techniques, terms. Yeah, and techniques and all that stuff, and it's like you can't get too close to the mic. You got to back up from the mic for certain. You're doing certain things and stuff like this. So you really just got to learn how to. Once you learn how to record, you got it down packed. Man. Okay. So like, what is your style of recording? Like, how do you normally do it? Well, I normally go in. I already have the song written, and I already have the track. You know, I've been rehearsed about now. I've been rehearsed about at least 4 to 5 times, and sometimes it's still hard. But once I get up, I got to perfect it. Okay. But the technique is I normally start with the verse, then the hook. I do it in sections. Verse 1, I have like a pre-chorus, the hook, then verse 2, then the bridge, and that's really pretty much my technique. And I just do like at least 3 to 4 takes. Okay. 3 to 4 takes of it. I know we talked last night. You said you was in a session. Where do you record too? I was in a session with another artist. I was putting my vocals on and they was actually filming a documentary about Ferocious. He's on my Ain't No Friend song. Okay. He was filming, but at the same time, I was putting vocals on a track that I had done for him. Okay. How many artists have you worked with? Like, you worked with any mainstream yet? Haven't worked with no mainstream yet. What about in like the Southern Soul market? Well, I work with I don't really want to discredit nobody, but I work with Lil Josh. I work with Lil Josh, and I've done some stuff with Pokey.
Yeah. Okay.
But,
okay.
You know, as far as like real mainstream, you know, they mainstream. I mean, they real mainstream. Yeah. Everybody know who they is, so you know, I don't want to discredit nobody, but yeah. So
who's somebody you? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
I was trying to see what
who else have you? Well, who is somebody that you want to work with?
And it's just so many people. Mainstream or locally or semi.
Well, mainstream, of course. I mean, it can be locally too. I mean, you know, everyone's somebody. So, like, who is somebody you
on a
really
mainstream platform? Work with. I want to do stuff with somebody like Beyonce, Rihanna. I want to work with some of the females.
Okay. You went all the way big when you said.
You said it was mainstream.
You're right though.
Locally.
Yeah, that's what's up though.
Locally, I always been a fan of Webby.
Okay.
His music, I always been a fan of him.
Wow.
I've been a fan of Webby, and I like a lot of Kevin Gates stuff. There's so many of them, but them just a few that come to my mind.
Okay. Gates I can hear you and Webby.
Yeah, Webby always been one of my favorite favorite rappers. So.
Okay. I can hear you and Gates too. I mean. You should have like hooks like galore, like really like.
Oh yeah, yes.
You know what I'm saying? I know rap artists always looking for hooks, and you know what I'm saying. Yeah, man. So I mean, you.
And there's this chick.
Okay.
She's gonna go real far. She's gonna get there.
Who's
Chelsea Blanco.
Chelsea Blanco.
She's in one of my videos actually. She's in my When Will I See You video.
She sing?
She's a rap. She do both. She sings and rap.
Okay.
But she's coming out. She's a real shit.
Okay.
Now that's somebody that I'm looking forward to working with too.
All right, cool beans. That's on a local scale.
Yeah, that's on a local scale.
All right, cool, man. So tell me, like, once the music take off for you, what's your next plan? What you want to do after that?
Just expand. I want to expand. I want to, like I told you, I want to go from that into acting, writing, Broadway. It's so much out here. And it's bigger than this music. So I just want to, you know, I want to write for films. I want to act. I want to just sky's the limit. Sky's the limit.
That's real, man. So look, man, tell me a little bit about your background, like coming up.
Well, I got 4 siblings. I'm like the middle child.
Okay.
Played in the band in school. Played the snare drums.
You played in the band? So you're a dog on the drums. You know, I play quads.
Really?
Yeah, and I play the drum set.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you kind of just sparked some interest when you say you play snare.
Yeah.
Okay. What band were you in?
Jackson High.
Come on. Okay. Mississippi?
Everybody always. I knew you was gonna say that.
What's Jackson High? I never heard that school.
You know, you heard of Clinton?
I heard of Clinton.
Clinton was Jackson rivalry. It's like in between. I can't believe you. You ever heard of East Feliciana?
Yes.
That's Jackson and Clinton together.
Okay.
Clinton was Jackson. That was their rivalry.
Okay.
So we was like in between. You got Clinton, Jackson, and then St. Francisville. We were in between. So.
Okay. Who was the best?
As far as drum wise, I mean, for the band wise.
Band and football.
Well, band wise Jackson, but
okay.
Football. Clinton. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Clinton.
Y'all used to have like the little drum battles, like Nick Cannon on that movie. Like Drumline, y'all had like any.
When they did that, like when we had the rivalry, you know, when you had that rivalry, when you had the rivalry game, we do it then, but it wasn't that to that extent, no.
Okay, you were like lead snare.
No.
Okay, but you was a dog.
I stayed in trouble most of the time, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me about that, man.
I always getting put out of school, class clown, and just always just clowning.
Wow. Yeah. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. When you was talking about band, I was like, oh, band. You know, so tell me a little bit more about your background.
Started singing in church. Used to lead songs in church, and just pretty much, you know, I was a good kid, minus getting in trouble in school, but
yeah,
pretty much, you know, I'm the middle child. I'm always the one that try to like piece stuff together, keep everybody together. Me and my baby brother actually.
Okay.
And you know, I just I currently I work with patients with mental illness.
Okay.
That's what I currently do now.
Okay.
And but music has always been my passion though. Music, everybody that know me know that, okay? everybody like, when you putting out something new, when you putting out something new, you know. Music's always been my passion. I think music heal a lot of people. Even when I work with these patients, we do music therapy and stuff like that.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So you sing with them?
Yeah, sing with them, play the piano and stuff with them and stuff like that. And,
that's what's up.
That kind of heals. That heals a lot of stuff. You know, I tell people that all the time. Music, and you know, you can think back on a song when you was like 5 years old, and it'll take you back to when you was that age or what was going on. And
right.
stuff. So music heals you, and it makes you remember too.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, since you're in like the realm of like in that realm of things, like working with patients with mental illnesses, like can you see yourself like doing like maybe a charity
Yeah, and that's another thing. You know, I have so much that I want to do, like with charities, like for mental illness, because a lot of people don't believe it's real, but it's real. It's real. I'm telling you, and it's really than what you think. You know, it's so many people just in our city in Baton Rouge that you just wouldn't think is that high, and a thing like with our own people, with Black African American people, it's like we always want to sweep stuff like that under the rug, and we want to be like, man, they crazy and stuff, but they people too, you know. It's just like to me, mental illness is just like, you know, it's just like cancer. It's just like it's just like having high blood pressure and stuff like that. You know, you gotta take care of our people.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. How long you been doing that?
Been doing that for like 6-7 years.
Oh wow.
7 years. Yeah, and then I started off like, you know, since we talking about background, I started off working in a prison.
Oh, okay.
I did that for like 6 years. I used to always tell people, you know, I used to always be up there, I'm gonna be a single one, I'm gonna be this and that. People, you know, people always say, you know, you probably will and stuff like that. But then again, I was just bullshit. Then I still didn't have the confidence then. But that's like part of my background as well too.
So were you like a guard?
Yeah.
How was that?
That was, man. See, that runs in my family.
Oh,
you know,
really? Okay.
You know, my mama worked for the state, my daddy worked for the state. They retired from the state. And you know, I already went in there knowing that, you know, I knew what to expect and what not to expect and what to do and what not to do. But when I went there, I'm like, fuck, this ain't me. I ain't gonna be here 6 months. Now, how did I end up there 6 years? I don't know.
6 years.
6 years. Man, that is like, I don't knock nobody because everybody got to work and stuff, but that ain't no job for no black man.
Straight up.
I'm just being real. That's not no job.
Why you say that?
It's just so much you got to. It make you feel like shit. You in jail. Make you feel like it's like everybody got rights, but you know. And I always treat people the way I want to be treated. You know. That's why most of the dudes that was in there that was locked up in there, they can easily just, you know, when they see me now, what's up, man? How you doing and stuff like that. I was never that type, you know, to try to mess over nobody. But I feel like working there it's racist though. They racist. Yeah. It's like I can't sit there and watch a Caucasian white guard mess over my people. I can't sit there and people think that's okay. Right. You know, yeah, they there because they did something, but you know, I'm not gonna mistreat my people in there like that. So, you know. So
they show favoritism towards Caucasian inmates
up in there, and it's like
African American.
It's like, let's say if you in there doing your job and they doing something they're not supposed to. Now, if the white inmate do that, they just gonna sweep it under the rug. But the black person do that, and you don't say nothing, they gonna come down there. Well, you know they can't be doing this. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. But you know, you just let this white dude did that, and it's just other stuff they had too. It's just if you don't stand up for yourself, and then it's like say like with certain positions, like they have open, you could try to go up in supervisory. You got way more experience than this white officer. Right. That white officer gonna get it because he's color. Wow. He might not know nobody. Might have just moved here and ain't got no experience, but because he's color, they'll try to give it to him and hold you back, and you gonna train him. So that's the racist type stuff. I'm talking about.
Yeah, man. So they recently just stated that they not gonna do anything to the officers with the Alton Sterling situation. How you feel about that?
Justice ain't served. Justice ain't served. But you know the thing is, when I look at stuff like that, our God don't sleep. So you know, you think you done got away with it, but in my opinion, you know, you gonna suffer. You gonna suffer. You know, I mean, just because they saying that, you know, just because they saying that they're not gonna discipline these officers for that, you gonna get yours. You gonna get it because it's like you can't do dirty stuff to people and think you're gonna get away with it. Like like that's speaking of that. That's what the song I wrote about. Ain't no friend. You know, sometimes we have these people in our life that we think that our friends and they think that's for us, but as soon as you turn your back, they like trying to stabbing you in the back and just trying to bring you down and stuff like that. But like I'm always saying, what's done in the dark will come to the light. And I don't have to say nothing. Just walk away from the situation, and in time you're gonna get yours. You do dirt to people, it's gonna come back to you. Karma will come back to you. So you might get it in the illness. You might get cancer. You might suffer. So not saying that I'm wishing that on these people, but you're gonna get yours in the long run when you think you done got away with something that you're doing dirty to somebody. So that's why you gotta stay prayed up. Yeah. In my opinion.
That's real, man. That's real. So man, like what's the album you say you working on right now?
Golden Days.
Golden Days. How many tracks gonna be on that?
10.
10 tracks.
10.
Why the lucky number 10?
I feel like as an artist, all the great legends always have 10, 11, 12. So I try to stay in that bracket.
That is like the magic number, like
because I kind of stay like if you're gonna sing R&B or be that type of artist, just stick to that formula. So it's always, I'm not gonna say it's always been 10. When I first came, I think I did 15, but I try to stick to 10 now.
Okay. What kind of vibe should we expect on this album?
It's like an urban vibe. It's kind of like.
What is an urban vibe?
When you say urban R&B, you think of Chris Brown. You think of artists like Chris Brown, somewhat Tank, August Alsina, and some of that kind of vibe.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So like, what's it gonna be like? What's a hit on there? Like, first thing come to your mind. Like, which one is a hit?
Ain't No Friend.
Ain't No Friend. That's the one.
Ain't No Friend and Stay With Me.
And Stay With Me.
It's so I feel like on this album, I feel like every song could be a single.
Right.
Every song could be a single, but I think the two that stand out is Ain't No Friend and Stay With Me.
So that's your personal 2 favorites.
Those are my personal 2 favorites.
All right. You know what's gonna be crazy though? The one you probably least like end up being the one.
But you know what? No, I'm gonna tell you this. That's why I should be an A&R. I can listen to anybody's album and I can tell you what song gonna be a hit, what song gonna be the hit, what song not. I've always had an ear for that. Okay. But it might be different when it comes to myself. But like listen to any album that's out now, any artist that's out now, I can pretty much tell what song gonna be the next single or what song should be the next single or what's gonna be the most popular song on that album.
Right.
So I've always had an ear for that. But sometimes that can be cursed because it might work for you listening with other people. It might not work for yourself. But I think that I've always like with my little fan base, I feel like the songs that I've always picked it seemed to be the best song that people like. And I feel that people gonna like. But I just gotta push them hard enough.
Okay, so you're definitely gonna push this album though, right?
Yeah,
because I mean that's
no, I'm not gonna lie.
That's big to say you about to drop an album versus a mixtape.
To be honest, this is my 6th album.
Come on.
This is my 6th album, and my biggest thing is I always after I've been put the music out. Artists always want to do that. Like once they put the music out, they own to something else, and that's what I've been. But this record, I said this is gonna be my last record for a while.
Right.
At least my last R&B record. I might try to go into the country or something.
Come on.
but I'm gonna try to push this album at least about 2 years strong. 2 years strong.
That sounds good. That sounds real good.
Yeah. So
because you say you started when you was like 26.
27.
27, and you're only 30. Yeah. That's only been what 3 years?
27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 6.
Oh, you 32.
32.
My bad.
Well, I'll be 33 this year actually.
Okay. That's so you dropped the album pretty much every year. Okay.
Every year, and this gonna be my 6th album.
Okay. So is this one gonna take out the rest?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I think that this is one of my best albums.
Okay.
I think, and they say a lot of artists say that because it's new, you want people to listen to it and buy. But versus out of all my 6 albums, I think this one, then Sensitive come next to the album, then Danger Zone.
Okay.
In my top 3.
Okay.
But I put this one first.
So all of them are out right now on social media and everything, right?
Except for Golden Days. Golden Days come out on April the 20th.
Okay. All right.
20th.
Okay, because I know people are gonna be going back to see these other albums.
Yeah.
And you put this big push behind this last one that you about to drop,
Mm-hmm.
they gonna see where you came from. You know what I mean?
I ain't gonna lie, I came from a long way. From
Yeah.
the first album up to now, that first album, This Ain't Love, I think that album was an experiment album.
Okay.
You know, I was trying to do stuff vocally that I shouldn't have been doing. But
Gotcha.
it still sound great, but you know, I was learning.
Did you bring, I'm sorry, go ahead.
And going to the second album, Live, Love, Learn, you know, that record there, I should have pushed that album a little more, because that's the album that most people know, Live, Love, Learn. They know the sense of the record with the kind of like up tempos and stuff. But this album, I think this album can be well received.
Okay. So 10 minutes, did you cheat?
Cheat with what?
Which album? Did you get some old songs and redid them and brought it to the new one?
Damn. You got me. I did.
Okay.
It sounded like you did your research, but I know you didn't. But I did it with 2 tracks on this album. I took it was an album that I released two versions of. I released one version because I didn't own the rights to some of the songs.
Okay.
I did one version for Audio Man, and I did one version for iTunes.
Okay.
And I didn't own some of them songs at first, so I went back and got the songs, purchased the songs, and I put them on this record. 2 of the songs that was on the Critical Thinking record, on the first version of Critical Thinking.
Gotcha. I mean, the reason I say that, I mean, I think it's only smart to, especially if, you know, the previous stuff hasn't gotten like a big push in the beginning. Yeah. I mean, all you doing is continuing to promote the same song. You know,
I know a lot of people the ones that are familiar with my music, they're gonna look for Block List on this record, but it's not on there. Cause I want Block List to stand on its own. Cause that's one of them, like when people think of my music, the ones that know my music, they think about Block List. Yeah. And I didn't want them to like look for that on this record, because I feel like that should stand on its own record.
Yeah.
So a lot of artists do that sometimes. They'll take it and remix it and put it on this record.
Right.
But what I do want to do with Block List, I want to take and do a dance version to it.
Okay.
A house version to it.
What's Block List about?
Put you on my block list, texting me with all of that bullish. Too much for me to deal with, so I'ma put you on my block list. Block list. Yeah. It's really talking about everybody got that person in your life, like where you at, what you doing, and you don't. They just always on your every move. Right. And you can't even take care of your business because they always want to know where you at, what you doing, and it get to be annoying sometimes. So that song say I'm gonna block you if you keep. I'm trying to take care of my business.
You have a video for that?
Yeah, we have a video for it. It's actually a remix version of the video.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta check the video out.
Yeah. But it's a little catchy song. A lot of people like that song. That's like one of my most popular songs that people know about me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why not bring it over to the next?
Well, actually, I released that one in 2016. I could have, but I already put it on another record, and I want it to stay like this.
I got you.
I want to make people like when you come to this record, you listen to this record. If you like this record, you go back and find that record, and you listen to the other songs off the other record. You might find something else you like. Because I do that all the time with artists. Like if it's an artist that I'm not familiar with, if they got a song all hot right now, I want to go listen to their old stuff. Right. So if their biggest hit could have been on their other record, and I'll go back and like, damn, that was a hit. I remember that song, but I didn't know that was them. And then so you go back and then you end up listening to the other tracks and you find other tracks you like. So that's one reason why I didn't do that, because I'm like, you can go back and listen to my older stuff and you'll find something else on it you might like. Okay. So
man, tell me, like, why should people start tuning in to Xavie?
Because my music is kind of inspiration and it's healing, and you know, I sing about stuff people can relate to, and it's reality music. Okay. So I think that's good enough reason right there. You know, I'm different. I'm not like everybody else. I'm not trying to knock nobody. You know, I have my own lane where I try to stay in. I'm not trying to be in nobody else's lane. You know, I sing about what I sing about. I sing about love songs. I sing about heartbreak. I sing about wanting to be in love. I sing about, you know, trying to make it. You know, those are just some of the topics that I sing about. You know, you got to check my music out for the rest of them.
And before we wrap it up, man, I just want to ask you, man, what makes you dominant?
What makes me dominant? I take care of my own business. You know, for once, getting up getting up every day with a motivation. Getting up with a motivation, just working on something, just staying busy, just not sitting on your ass, you know, and just trying to make stuff happen. That's what makes me dominant. And just staying in my own lane, you know, minding my business, doing my music, you know, doing the things that I need to do to take care of myself, and take care of my loved ones. That's what makes me dominant.
Thought it was over. I'ma show you, I'm a dominant ruler.
Yeah, do something like that.
What's up?
How you doing? Yeah.